Today is the 17th of August 2026 and it's a big day here in Bali. It's Independence Day, so lots of things will be going on, lots of celebrations, and there's another reason to celebrate today because it's my birthday. So double whammy, but it's also a bittersweet day because it's the day that I lost my mum suddenly. She died on my birthday 11 years ago today. So it's always been a bittersweet day. I always think about her, but I also look for the joy in the day too. And I've referred to this a lot in my videos, and this year I felt that I wanted to tell you what happened on that day and where the grief stemmed from, how it happened, how it came about, because one, I think it's therapeutic for me to do this, even if no one else watches, but two, if people do watch, I think it's helpful for them if they've been through grief, going through grief, or inevitably will go through grief. And thirdly, I think it's important to talk about grief and death so that we can truly live life. You know, it doesn't have to be a morbid topic. I hope this video isn't morbid because I plan in this video to talk about three things. I'm going to talk about that day. I'm going to recap that story. And then I'm going to fast forward to today and read a little bit from a journal. If you've watched any of my recent videos, you'll have heard me say that I've done a lot of journaling lately. And there's just a little bit I want to read out about what I'm missing now, 11 years on from losing my mum. And then thirdly, and most importantly, at the end of the video, I'm going to show you how I use mindfulness and have used mindfulness to help me through grief and how I'm going to use it today. I will think about my mum. So that's, there might be unpleasant feelings, there might be good feelings, thinking back to missing my mum. And then I'll look for the pleasant things today as well. And that's what mindfulness is all about, and that's how it helped me. So in the hope that I can help you, I'm talking about these things today. So I'm here on the beach. I got out while it was still quite dark and was nearly attacked by some stray dogs. So if I flinch at any dogs that pass by, that's why. Right. Let's do this, let's go there. And, you know, I say that with Jess because this story is just that. It's a story. 11 years have passed on from that day. And I don't think about that day every year. And I don't talk about it to everybody. It's there, it's in the past. I can refer to it if I want to. I can tell people about it if I want to, if I feel it'll be helpful in any way. So I don't go there often. I don't need to. I've distanced myself. There's been 11 years now. I'm okay with the story. I don't live in the story anymore. And mindfulness has really helped with that. So let me go back there. So it was 17th of August 2015. Now just to bring this to context, we lost my dad 3 years prior in 2012, and that was a quite short-lived cancer, about 7 months for him, but we knew, it was a death we knew about. With my mum, it wasn't, it was sudden. So I've had both kind of ways of this. And I just bring Dad up because it was his birthday 3 days ago. So my dad's birthday is the 14th of August, mine is the 17th. So I've been thinking about him a lot as well. And my father-in-law died in between that. So there was 3 deaths. My father-in-law was sudden as well in 2014. So just to bring context to this was my last parent, my mum. Yeah, so 17th of August 2015, it was a Monday. Today's a Monday, strangely enough. And I was working as a physio and a case manager. I'd left the NHS as a physio and was working as a physio and a case manager for a brain injury company in Cumbria, where I was living at the time. And I was living at the time in Penrith in Cumbria, and I was going to a physio client in Keswick. And if you know England and you know where Cumbria is in England, we don't get a lot of sun. This day was sunny, it was lovely. And I was like, if I'm going to work, I don't normally work my birthday, I usually take it off. But I thought, if I'm going to work, at least I'm driving in the sun in Cumbria, going to the lovely Lake District in Keswick. You know, can't get better than that, right? So the morning came and there was no message from Mum. And the day went on and no message from Mum. She had actually messaged me on the 14th, on Dad's birthday, to ask for my address to send a birthday card. I was out having a drink with my friend on that day, so I didn't answer her message, but she then contacted Richard and got an address from him. She spoke to him. So he was actually, out of both of us, he was the last one to speak to her on that Friday. I never did call her back because I thought she got the address, that's what she needed. I didn't need to call her back. So, no call from her, no text from her all day. And I just thought, she knows I'm working, she'll text me later on. Didn't think anything strange of it. It wasn't something we religiously did. There was definitely a call or definitely a text at a certain time of the day. So it was just like, yeah, it'll be later. And then tea time came, nothing. Oh, she'll contact me after tea. Early evening came, nothing. Or she'll know I'm walking the dog, so she'll call me in a bit, or she'll text me in a bit, nothing. To the point where I'm then in bed at 10 o'clock at night and nothing. That's not right. And I had rang and messaged her as well in the time and nothing back. And I just thought, she's probably out having tea, or she's probably busy with tea or out walking her dog. She had a little Shih Tzu called Charlie. So 10 o'clock and I'm in bed and nothing. And so we're from the northeast and I was in Cumbria and my mum had moved to Lancashire a few years prior to be closer to the grandkids, to my brother's kids. She wanted to be close enough to them, but not enough so that she was in the pockets. So there was about a mile between them. And yeah, she, there's a doggy. So yeah, nothing came of it that day. So I ended up ringing my brother, who was, like I say, about a mile away. And he was like, all right, I'll give her a call or I'll go around. And his wife had said, oh, take Ryan with you, take your son round, the eldest son who's 20 odd at the time. So they both went round. And turns out they forgot, in the whole like late at night, it was like 10:30 at this point, 11 o'clock, they'd forgotten to take the key. And he could see through the kitchen to the living room, through the living room door, and he could see her slumped over the settee. It's interesting because when my dad died, we had a hospital bed and it was brought into the living room in place of the settee. So they actually died in the same spot. And because he forgot his key and he was going to break in, he called, I don't know, not ambulance, I think it was fire brigade or something. I don't know if he waited for them to come and they broke in or he broke in. Either way, he got in and he did it legally. And so he calls me back and he's in tears. Obviously, I don't know that at the time of him calling me back. He just was crying and just kept saying, I'm sorry. And at that point, I didn't know for sure what had happened. Is she ill? Is she dead? And then eventually got out of him, she was dead. And shock. Your cognitive brain doesn't work. But you know you've got to do practicalities. You know you want to get down there. You know you have things to do to get down there, but it's 11 o'clock at night. You're in shock. You've got to pack a bag because you know you're going down to stay there for however long. And I phoned my boss. I apologised for phoning so late and just told her what had happened. Just said, I've got to go, just letting you know I'm not going to be in. In hindsight, you know, I got the next 4 days off, full pay, and then I took, I think, another week off, unpaid. Totally different to being in the NHS with my dad. I had 5 weeks off with my dad. And that worked, but with my mum, no, just 2 weeks, not enough really. So yeah, that's how it happened. I went down, hubby drove, There was no kids. This is before we had kids. So no childcare to organise, and we just went down, and I'd missed her. They'd taken her, literally just missed her. The ambulance had taken her. And she was wearing this that I'd given her. It's got a picture of them in here, both of them, because I gave Mum this when she turned 60 that year. So she would have been 71 today. And she turned 60, and this is Whitby Jet, and we're from Redcastle. We're up the road from Whitby, and she still loved Whitby Jet. And I got this and put a picture of Dad in it. And then I had it, came to me, and I put a picture of her in it. And I wear this on birthdays and Christmases just to have it here. Yeah. And I said to myself, if I cry on this video, I cry. And the thing about grief, another thing that I say is, we grieve so hard because we love so hard. And that's a blessing in itself, isn't it? That's the unpleasant feelings, the difficult feeling of grief, mixed with the pleasant feeling of love, and the love you have for someone, such strong love. So I'm in tears not because of relaying that story. I'm in tears because of what I miss. So I'm going to read a little bit from a journal. Another dog. Ah. So I'm going to read a little bit from a journal now. And this is probably where I will cry, because this is the memories. This is something that I wrote in recent days. What do I miss about Mum? I miss the relationship we could be having now. The next phase relationship. The one where she stays with us. She plays with the girls. She treats the girls. She passes her wisdom on to the girls. We go out for coffees and spa days. The chats about family life that I never thought I'd have because I wasn't choosing it. Not because she would no longer be here. I see other mothers and daughters doing these things, laughing, having deep chats, generations together. And I miss that. I deeply miss something I never got to have. Strange to say, really. I noticed she softened as she got older. She'd be all for Richard when I'd be having a go about him. And I'd be like, hang on a minute, you used to give Dad grief about that. What's going on? I'm getting pins and needles in my foot. She was firm but fair. I like that about her. It's how I am too, and what I like about my parenting style, somewhere in the middle. I think I'm still a little over firm at times though, working on that. She was always approachable, and I could ask pretty much anything. She wasn't so forthcoming about herself though. She kept quite a bit private. She might answer if you asked, but she wouldn't freely give intimate or personal details away. So it's strange, isn't it, how you can love something you never had. How you can miss something you never had, rather. And yeah, how will I go into today? Ooh, another dog. How will I go into today? Well, what I do every year, I don't look back at that story. What I do every year, I take some time out. I'm an early bird, right? I'm up at the crack of dawn. I was up before 6 today and out here. So I'm usually up before everyone wakes up. And that is me time. And so I usually get up, think about her, and talk to her. As silly as that sounds. I don't see things, I don't see angels, I don't see guardian angels and all these things, and guardians and angels and spirit. I don't see any of that. But I think there's a potential that they're there, so I'll talk to her. And then I get on with my day as best I can, really. And if I cry then at the morning, that's fine. If I don't, that's fine. If I cry in the day in front of the girls, that's also fine. I tell them why. But I look for the good, I look for the joy in the day. And that's the bittersweet. I want to enjoy my family. I want to enjoy being around them, while also missing her. And mindfulness helps you hold both and be okay with both. So 11 years on, people say time's a healer. Define healing. It's different. Life changes. It's never the same. It's never the same again. But they're always here. I thought I'd struggle this year. Like on Dad's birthday, the other day, there was tears. But I'm not like this every year, and it doesn't mean I love them any less or any more if I do this. It just is. And that's what mindfulness helps with. And I hope that this story, my life experience with grief and the loss of my mum very suddenly on my birthday, I hope in any way it can help somebody else. But if it doesn't, it's helped me. It's helped me get it out. And that's what this channel is becoming. It's becoming real and raw and authentic, and not caring about the algorithms or the comments. I've been getting some lovely comments lately, and I just want to say thank you to those people. It means a lot, truly, because I'm going to do another video on that, but yeah, it means a lot. So I'm waffling now. I am going to pack all my stuff up, maybe take a few more minutes of just silence, sitting here. The tides are well out today, and then head back and enjoy the rest of the day. We are getting a grab breakfast, which is basically a takeaway breakfast. And then we'll head out, hopefully see some barley celebrations. And tonight we have an Italian booked where there's some amazing cakes. So yeah, today's a good day. Today's a good day. I hope yours is too. Thanks for watching. Much love. Bye for now.